And due to technical difficulties, we got off to a 25-minute late start, but that's okay. Ray Halbrook here with Livestream STL. We're going to keep rolling here after our outage due to a little bit of an internet issue, but we're going to get that hopefully fixed here, and it looks like we're going to be back rolling here. So, guys, I know we talked. I guess do we want to just reiterate a little bit?
I don't know.
The Blues lost.
And that's are out. You know,
that's all I got to say about that.
And we're done. We tried to talk about the Cardinals.
And we were getting ready to.
That's right. We were getting ready to talk about the Cardinals.
Yeah.
How about Harrison Bader getting some hits?
Yeah,
and
about
Yachty.
time.
Who's that guy? What's his name?
Yachty?
Harrison Bader?
Harrison Bader?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's about to get cut.
Yeah, well, he definitely is.
I mean, Carlson
I don't know
hit a
about
home
all that.
run. Goldschmidt's kind of tearing it up, but there's nobody to hit behind him, so he's getting walked like a bunch.
That's fine.
Yeah, 16 walks.
Yeah.
He's getting the Bonds treatment a little bit.
Let's say, get on base.
Yeah,
Find a way.
But does he get on base? Best line for Moneyball. But does he get on base?
Nobody else moves him over.
I mean, Brad Miller does.
Yeah,
Look at that. That was a great pickup.
Yeah.
Was
Some
definitely.
Duct tape player pulled him off the
where'd we get that
practice
guy
squad.
from, by the way?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter,
Traded a soda machine, filled a soda machine for a year.
right?
So got Brad Miller.
Filled the soda machine for the year. Oh, my goodness.
It's $1. It's $1.
That was $1.50.
$1.50.
He's got an option. We got to cover. All right. So anyway, we're just gonna move along. Cardinals, they've won a couple games.
Hey, they're 3 games out behind the Cubs.
They're a few games.
But they're a few games behind. Hey, they're still in second place. 3 games
Saying
out.
there's a chance. But no, they absolutely whipped the Royals, which was nice to see.
Yes, it was.
And so we're just going to move on from the Cardinals,
Yep.
try to get into everything else. We're a little behind now. Thanks, Jason, for breaking everything.
Well, he knew he wasn't going to be here till 7:30, so he's pushing it back as long as he could to get here. So.
I'm pretty sure that he might have sabotaged the show.
I
What is
think
with
so.
these guys that aren't here and they just sabotage it? First it's Shooty,
now
then it's
it's
Shooty, and then it's Jarvis. Like,
Terrible.
come on, man. Jeez.
If I don't win trivia, I'm going to sabotage it
Well,
for next
I
week.
mean, I guess.
Well, hey, I do got a comment here because I like that Coach Bohr here says, well, I will help you out with Jarvis's top 5 coaches, but I am only picking coaches from Missouri, no other states. That's good, Coach.
That's
real
good.
good.
I like that one. I like that one.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so basically, I think this week we really wanted to dive into when we were talking about the Blues getting bounced and the Cardinals, and then all the issues playing in the hub cities, and not having any fans. Basically, we were just talking how that affects you as an athlete, and then it became, well, let's really dive into the psychology of sports, because there's so many things that affect athletes, and it's hard to predict whether. Sometimes you know I've had teams where you seem like you have to coach your butt off, and then other teams it's just like you have to roll the ball out. Last year's team was kind of like that, I felt like, but at the same time, there's still so much that goes into it. You're kind of wondering, you know, how I always question myself: should I have done this different? Should I do this? What factors affect our players? And
Right.
and we just started kind of talking about it a little bit, and it's like, okay, well, maybe that's what we should talk about. So one of the things in diving into the psychology of sports is, what do you guys think what it really takes to win games, especially from an athlete standpoint?
Well, first of all, let me preface it by it's more than the 90-minute game that people go and actually watch, because there is so much more that goes into whether it's winning a game, a single game, or being a successful program. There's so much that, honestly, at least let's talk about the high school level, that is so much out of our control as a coach, even sometimes even as a school or even as a program, that you hear it all the time about it's so hard to win in the NFL. It's hard to win, period, if you're trying to be a successful program, because there are so many factors outside of that 90-minute window of game time or two-hour window of game time that is going to affect your opportunity to even have a chance of playing in that game with a chance to win.
I agree with that, and I you know what it takes exactly. I mean, there are so many things that it takes to be successful. I mean, I don't think that everybody always says, well, it takes talent. Yes, it does take talent. Absolutely.
It does help.
But there's a lot of things surrounding that talent that makes a team successful. Just because of you have talent doesn't mean that you're successful, and doesn't also mean that you're going to win. Just because you have the best talented team doesn't mean you're going to win. And we focus a lot of that on, in our program is, you're going to outwork your opponent. And a lot of times, I mean, if a hard-working opponent, some talented teams don't work hard all the time. They take for granted that aspect of it. And I think that comes back to haunt a lot of talented teams for that reason. And then, the other thing about it is you've got to have a core group of kids that are pushing those talented kids to get better. They're just not expected, like you said, roll out the basketballs, we're going to play. There's somebody maybe pushing for that job, so that makes that kid want to work harder every day. I think it's a lot that takes into consideration that. And then you also talked a little bit about, certain schools, you walk into the halls and you just get what you get, and so you take examples of those kids and you have to, basically mold them into basketball players, from our standpoint. So I just think that it's so much more in tune to just being, what it takes to be successful and to win games is just talent. I don't think that's it at all.
I think you have to develop culture. And if you have kids that are used to playing a sport, no matter what sport it is, they're used to competing. And a lot of times the thing that drives me probably absolute bat crap crazy is listening to a kid, even if you're doing the most minute thing, they're losing. It's like, I don't care, I'm losing.
Right.
Like, no, wait, you need to be. This is not okay. It's not okay to be. It's not okay to accept losing. It's going to happen. You should be a good loser. You should be a good sport about it if you do lose. But you should always strive for better. And I think that's one of the things that really bothers me the most about with some of our kids sometimes is they're okay with that. So in order to win, you have to you can't accept losing.
Yeah.
In your mind, I can't accept this. I can't accept that I lost because the next time I'm going to be better. I have to be better. And it drives you to be better, to put in time to practice, to put in the work that it's going to take to get over that hump. And when you don't have that kind of culture, that kind of mentality, and like you said, you have kids who are pushing each other to do that because, listen, I'm not accepting losing, so if you're going to, I want your playing time.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to hold you accountable because you're on my team, and if you're not going to do this, then go do something else. I always tell kids, if you're going to put in 2.5 hours of practice and you're not going to try to get any better, then you're wasting your time. You need to go get a job or, go drive your truck, go talk to your girlfriend, do whatever you got to do. This is not where you need to be. And that's okay to do those things, but if you're going to put that time and I say you're going to waste that time in your mind every day, then you should be trying to get better, and losing should not be acceptable.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and I think, like I said, we've talked about culture and that foundational level, but honestly, I think there has to be buy-in, and it has to be buy-in not only from the kids, but it has to be buy-in from the families, it has to be buy-in from the community, and they have to accept what you want to do philosophically. They can disagree with it. I mean, you as coaches, we've all had our conversations with parents, and we can talk about philosophically how we're different in whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever sport, but there has to be buy-in from not only the players but from the families, from the administrators, from everybody top to bottom that says, hey, we wanted to go in this direction. And I think Coach Ginn, she always talked about that when he was at Grandview, when we were working with him in football. He always talked about row the boat in the same direction.
Yes.
Everybody has to do that, and as soon as that doesn't happen, then it goes haywire because it's 2020 and we live in the time of entitlement.
Oh, I agree.
And so that is I think the number one thing that as coaches that we fight with on a daily basis is that entitlement. Whether it's I just want to wear a jersey,
I'm an upperclassman, I should get to start.
I'm a senior, I am supposed to start. Yeah.
And I think that when you talk about that entitlement thing, I also think that sometimes as kids, if let's just say that they've been playing since they were in third grade, and they expect that, well, I've been playing since third grade, and I've played every year, so by the time I become a senior, I should be playing, And I think that the expectations, like you talked about, is the program. You have to set those expectations to everybody, and you've got to let them know where your expectations are. And building a successful program is not something that's going to be turned overnight. You know, I mean, this is year number 11 for me at Herculaneum, and it's taken, you know, every bit of these 11 years to finally start to maybe see a little bit of success. And so, you know, it's a culture that you have to have every single person on board, and when one person is not on board, it can derail the whole thing.
We talk about, you know, in the different programs that I've coached over the years, we talk about our pillars or our standards. We always talk about attitude and effort. Those are the things that you as an individual, you can control.
Yep.
But then we also talk about what Coach Miller said is competing. And I think, honestly, probably more so for girls, you can talk about it from the boys' perspective, team chemistry.
Oh, okay.
That's the other thing that I think is a component that maybe goes under the radar or is overlooked. But team chemistry is so important, because not only team chemistry, but that goes into the buy-in. Because if we're saying something from 3 to 5 or whatever time we're having practice, and then as soon as the kids go out and they go home and they're hearing something different from their folks, then you're going to get dinner table to death, and that's going to hurt you as a coach. It's going to hurt the program.
Right.
I mean, I know my dad always said he wanted me. He thought I should be doing some different stuff, and then what my coach was saying, and I'm like, hey, listen, my dad is not. I try to tell him, like, Dad, you're not in charge of my playing time, so I'm going to do whatever coach says, because I want to play.
Yeah.
And it didn't make for some very good ride homes, you know, from the games. Is why I rode the bus a lot, but
that's a lost thing too.
Yeah,
We
no,
can talk about
ride
that.
the bus. So.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I think. You hit the nail on the head there, because that kind of buy-in, that kind of unity, to where, listen, you don't have to agree with me as a coach, and I'm sure many of the people that I've coached their kids, they might not agree, and that's okay. And I don't fault them for that. I don't hate them for that. I don't dislike them for that. But based on what I see every day with them kids in practice and what they
Yes.
bring to the table for me, this is our best game plan, and this is what I think. And I'm sorry. I mean, I've had to tell people, I'm sorry if you disagree, but this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And I respect what they have to say,
Right.
but at the same time, it's tough.
And that's the perspective of, once again, why we wanted to talk about the subject, is because it's so much deeper than the 90 minutes of actual game
time.
And we haven't even talked about, let's you know, us public schools that only get what we get. If Jarvis was here, you know, that's a shout out for Jarvis.
We had a mess up, technical difficulties,
Right.
and we're 38 minutes into the original start, and we just talked about private schools.
I know. Hey, Jarvis, hey, tip of the cap. But think about this. When we didn't even talk about just the health of the team. You know, it's you're looking at, just take example, it's football season. Well, what happens when your quarterback goes down? Everything you game plan kind of goes out the window. Well, you better have plan B, plan C. But in a public school, small school, you have a backup quarterback.
Sometimes not.
Sometimes not.
I mean, Kobe went down. He was my point guard.
Right.
We still had to try to make a game of it every night. I mean, it
Right.
definitely was a little tougher.
Well, and I also think, and here's what I also, and I talk about this a lot in our program, is so many athletes today just think that practicing from 3 to 5 is going to take them to the next level or take the team to the next level.
Wait, are we talking about practice?
Yeah, that's
Talking
it.
about practice.
That's all. That's all. Yes.
okay.
Yes. And I think that the big part about that is a lot of kids don't want to do extra stuff.
No, it's my time.
But then we're going to be the ones that they're going to look at us and say, well, Coach, why are we not winning? Why are we not doing this? So, you know, as a coach, I mean, I'm trying to offer as much possible things as I can to get my kids in the gym, to, you know, give them opportunities to go to individual skill camps, just to be able to work on their game to help us have success. And I think if you look at that as a whole, I think a lot of kids today, you know, there's so many things obstacles outside that are driving kids to do. And so if you don't get their commitment at an early age, I say, I don't know that you'll ever get it.
Well, and that's
The
thing.
interest.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
they
interest.
gotta want to do that. But then you're right. It's funny because I've seen several posts by other coaches or people who run skills and stuff in the area. It's how come kids always just want to play games? And It's the truth, because it's not just about playing. You're not getting any better all the time by just playing. There's certain things you get better at, but you're not working on your game. Go and work on your game.
Yes.
If I want to beat this person, or my favorite thing is I've had several kids, I said we got an open point guard competition right now, and I've told those kids, I said, listen, you're gonna have to be able to dribble with your other hand. It's either that or you don't shoot good enough, or you're not tall enough really to play this other spot. So you need to be able to do this. And it's not me being mean, but at the same time, it's like, look, I mean, if you don't, I'm going to move away from you and go to this other kid.
Right.
And then if he don't, it's the other one. So there's several of you guys in competition. So who wants to play? So go work on your game.
Well, I go back to, and I think I've said it before, when Steph Curry won the MVP, that unanimous MVP.
The unanimous one, I missed that
yeah,
question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They asked, well, they talked to him about, well, how did you get to that level? He said, paraphrasing, I'm not afraid to do the boring stuff. When people don't want to work on their ball handling, I am. When people, the boring drills, the boring skill development, that's what helps get me better. Go back to when LeBron won for the Heat however many years ago. Not two. But he said that he basically said the same thing. He said, I got back to basics. Now, obviously, other things, but it's all goes back to skill development.
Right.
And yes, is it boring? You're darn right it is. But it turns you into a better ball player.
Yeah, but
no matter the sport.
But you can't take your game and you can't take all this and put it in a microwave for 30 seconds and it comes out hot and all of a sudden you're a basketball player. And that's the problem. Is you want this McDonald's mentality. You want this. It's got to be quick. It's got to be now. It's got to be high speed internet. I can't wait. I don't want to put that time in. I got other things to do. And it's like you said. It's my time. Why don't Coach, I want to go do this. I want to go do that. Well, you know what? Then you don't want to play. It's real simple. I mean, all the time that it takes to build that muscle memory to perform your craft in basketball, if you don't want to put the time in, then you're not going to play and enjoy sitting on the bench. And it's not personal because I like you, but I don't like your game.
And
I like his better.
Here's another thing that I talk about a lot in our programs is we don't allow our kids to have or see failure. And we set them up to thinking that everything they do is going to be successful. And so, as a coach, as a mentor, we got to let those kids fail so that they learn how to handle failure.
They have to see adversity.
Yes, and you're going to go through every day in life. But, I mean, you talk about that first one. What exactly does it take to win games? Well, I think failure takes to win games because you've got to be able to learn how to lose to win. And if you don't know how to lose, you'll never be successful. And I think that a lot of kids, and this goes back to using junior high programs, the teams that are successful sometimes at the junior high level typically are not successful as they get older because they don't know how to lose.
Well, and let's go into this. Let's give this scenario. So you're this junior high team. You've got a roster. We'll just do basketball. You got a roster of 12 kids.
You're not going to do football?
Well, no, for the hypothetical here. So you've got, we can do that as well. But you've got this roster of 12.
I know where you're going.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And so here's what happens: you only play 6, 7 kids. You don't worry about skill development in the junior high level. You only care about winning because maybe that's what people in the stands are worried about at that level. So that 7 through 12, they don't come out as freshmen. Next thing you know, players 1 through 6, 3 of them wanted to do volleyball, wanted to do softball, and they have to get that scholarship. So now they're going to specialize. So that team that was 12 has now, in a year, dwindled down to 2 or 3.
Or they don't grow.
So
they're bigger than everybody in middle school.
There you
and they roll over everybody because they're bigger, and they stay the same height, and everybody else grows, and they get bigger.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. And when that happens, hey, it's and that's the thing. You have to continue to develop your game as you go because you might be a post player in junior high, but guess what? You're probably going to be a guard by the time you're in high school.
Right.
And that's the danger of middle school sports, and that's why a lot of times the kids who play select ball and AU ball or club ball, like in bigger schools where you don't have middle school programs, those are the kids that are getting better because they're not just kind of wrapped into that high school. I'm bigger than you and we beat you, and like you said, they're never getting better at higher levels. So on the boys' side, I know that happens quite a bit, and on the girls' side, I've seen girls who they don't end up playing because they're going to, like you said, specialize. Which I really want to find the person who came up with this whole specialization thing and punch them right in the damn face.
It was probably some.
AAU, right in the face.
Probably some AAU or select coach.
One person had to
Right.
start this because
Right.
it's like a cancer. It
It's
just
a
spread.
movement.
Right.
Because I've had kids tell me in the last couple of years and we've had countless college pro coaches. Everybody comes out and says don't specialize, and you know what? I still have kids who say, "Oh, specialize in this." Why?
You're not going to do that in the winter months.
Yeah,
You're
or
just not
I
going
just
to.
want to focus on basketball. You need to play football. Why? I just want to focus on basketball. No, you're not. You're going to jack around. You're not going to play. You're not going to do anything.
Right.
Come on.
But you go back to the AAU select. So here's what happens. We can talk about this other hypothetical. Well, in AAU select, you might have, 15 different divisions, and you might have an A flight all the way down to, who knows, XYZ, right? Okay, great. Well, you never challenge yourself as the dad that's coaching. You never challenge yourself, and you play that XYZ flight, but you're always winning.
Right.
Okay, great. So here's what happens. You get those kids now in junior high school, and they didn't develop those skills because all you cared about was trying to win. And so next thing you know, now there are issues. And here the coach is going to ask you, that's great that you won all those ball games, but how come your kid can't do a left-hand layup? I've had that conversation.
Right. And then
Or jump off the correct foot.
Well,
Right.
And I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, you see a lot of those successful teams at the junior high that are quick and they press, and all they do is shoot layups. They don't know how to shoot a jump shot.
Right.
They don't know how to play a half court defense. They don't know how to run a half court offense. So all of those things I think take into consideration when we'll talk about winning. And
We didn't even get into the aptitude or the IQ of a sport.
Correct.
Because that's lost. I think that's lost as well.
And I think we've hit on some of these points that we were talking about, but I think that if we go on to the next point here, how much credit goes to players or coaches?
You had that pie chart. I don't know. I've asked this over the years, and I think it fluctuates.
Well,
and
you can only take kids so far. You can draw up the greatest X's and O's. I can't say what coach told me this one time, but
is it on your top 5?
Oh no. No. It's
Okay.
not,
Okay.
promise.
All right.
But it was, it doesn't matter how hard they run. You can't win the Kentucky Derby riding a donkey.
Right.
And not saying any kids are donkeys.
Right.
But
well, it's the blue chips, right?
Yeah.
You have horses, Coach, which you need a thoroughbred.
You need thoroughbreds.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how hard you run when you're playing against these other kids and how much you're whipping. It doesn't matter. They're not going to beat them. So your X's and O's only go so far.
Yeah.
It's the talent that takes the rest.
Correct.
It's
That's
just
why
the
I
way it is.
hate those message boards where they're talking about this team beats a team, the other team 100-12 or 99-2. Well,
Feel good about yourself.
just get better, right?
Yeah.
There is no getting 80 points better.
So
It's-
grow 4 more
Right.
4 more feet.
I mean, it doesn't happen. But yeah, you talk about how much credit goes to the players and coaches. I think the overwhelming, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the overwhelming, if we're talking about a pie chart, has to go to the players. And then maybe you're going to get that matchup, whether it's for a tournament title or whether it's a rivalry type game. And then that other little bit, I think, does go to coaching.
Well, I think we're going to take a quick break because I think our other compadre showed up. So we're going to get him
It's
all
about time.
worked up here and linked up and everything. Gosh.
Carl, so nice to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. You showed up. We're getting ready to go to commercial break. Don't you hear the music now?
Oh, you just sit down.
No, that's okay.
We're not
Nobody-
turning you on until this next
Yeah.
break, so there.
So, yeah. Yeah, see, he tries to comment on stuff, and he's supposed to be here. It's like, I'm driving. You're texting and driving.
Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah,
What example
proud of
are you
that.
setting?
Yeah,
Terrible.
proud of
Terrible.
Goodness.
All right,
supposed to
Ray,
be a
over to
role
you.
model.
All right, Ray.
Over you to you, Ray.
Well, let me turn everybody off so you guys can talk amongst yourselves here real quick. But we've got a quick announcement upcoming for the football this week, and a little video just kind of letting you guys know what's going on. We are going to be on social media this week for football for the last week, just to get the word out to everybody that we're jumping all of our sports over to the TKDS Sports Network on our app, on Roku, and on the website. So tune in to this and listen up, because this is how you get a hold of it, and we'll be right back. Hey, Ray Halbrook here with Livestream STL. Hope you all are doing well. It's the fall season, and we are still having sports in Jefferson County. We want to help navigate you into the correct places that we're going to be broadcasting this year. We do have a lot of changes going on, so this is how it's going to go. We are moving everything off of social media, and we are going to be moving forward onto the TKDS Sports Network. What does that mean for you? That means that no more social media. We will not be on Facebook. We will not be on Twitter. We will not be on YouTube, Periscope, none of that stuff. We are actually going to be on the TKDS Sports Network. You'll be able to access that through the videos.tkdsports.com, where you'll be able to subscribe and make up a account, and you'll be able to use that in 3 different places. So one place will be on videos.tkdsports. You'll be able to go live on the web. You'll also be able to download the TKDS Sports app on Android and iPhone. And you'll also be able to access this on Roku, the Roku channel, and our brand new page, Livestream STL South. So you probably ask yourself, well, why are we doing this? Number one, we've had it in our hearts for the last year to be able to multiply ourselves, and we have the ability to do that. We are going to open up Livestream STL South now, and you'll be able to see not 1 but 2 football games every Friday night. So that is number one reason why we did that. Number two, we have merged and we are partnering with the TKDS Sports Network, which is a huge step up for us and gives us the ability to go into bigger markets. Number 3, it gives us a chance to migrate over to the Roku channel and all of these outlets for a much better quality picture for you, so that's a plus on your end. Finally, if you're able to jump over to the videos.tkdsports.com website and subscribe to Livestream STL and Livestream STL South. You don't have to subscribe to both of them. One or the other works, and you'll be able to have access to both channels. We hope this helps clarify what's going on with all of the changes in 2020. Thanks for watching. We'll see you down the road.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice to launch a successful career, not just a job.
My first choice to learn skills, to earn money, not owe money.
Affordable career programs, 2-year transfer, and high school dual enrollment courses. Begin the path to a great career without paying a 4-year college price.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice.
My first choice. Make Jefferson College your first choice for a great education.
Since their inception in 1980, SMCI has always been about high integrity and treating people the way you would want to be treated, just like family. Mostly known as a commercial contractor, SMCI has now decided to give the family treatment to everyone. They are now opening their residential department to the public as Home by SMCI, so everyone can experience the home treatment. Everyone deserves maximum comfort in their very own home. Isn't it time you come home? Contact SMCI at 636-337-4444 or on the web at homebysmci.com.
Dr. Craig Rubel is an orthopedic surgeon and fellowship-trained sports medicine specialist who cares for all athletes of all ages, performing total joint replacements, knee and shoulder arthroscopies, and general orthopedic procedures such as fracture treatment and carpal tunnel releases. Visit rubelortho.com or call 636-933-7400.
Jones Animal Health Clinic, taking care of the furry family members in your life. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Jones Animal Health Clinic at 1237 Truman Boulevard in Crystal City or on the web at jonesanimalclinic.com or call 636-937-9000.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Miller from the Coach's Box, and if you're needing some gear for your teams, or you're needing some hats embroidered, or you just need some custom masks done or something like that, I've got the hookup for you, and that's Look at That Shirt. No, I'm not telling you to look at that shirt. It's the name of the business, Look at That Shirt. They offer a wide range of services from screen printing to transfers, embroidery, sublimated items, which are great for personalized gifts for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, baby showers, or just to say how stinking great you actually are, or someone else. The best part about Look at That Shirt is their service. They provide quality you'd expect from a huge company, but also the service and satisfaction you feel as if you're their only client. So the next time you or someone you know is looking for some printing to be done, you can tell them to look at that shirt. And you need to give them a call at 573-598-4207 or simply follow their Facebook page, Look at That Shirt LLC. Trust me, you won't regret it. Hey, this is Chris Miller, and you're watching the Coach's Box on LiveStream STL, the best sports streaming show there is on Facebook.
And we are back here. Thanks for watching the Coach's Box here. Tuesday night, we're always here at La Pachanga. And we are going to start our second segment here. I'm going to open up I got to open them all up now because Mr. Jarvis has joined the group here. Now, we have something here that Matt Sheedy says, was Jarvis stuck behind a Joy FM sticker driver? Will he be there in about 40 minutes? You know, is Jarvis lost from Jim Powers? You know, we're all wanting to know where in the world is not Carmen Sandiego, but Jason Jarvis.
It's evidently the show just can't go on. I mean, we had internet problems.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We thought you sabotaged us to get started at 7:30 so you could be here.
I was at practice. We're trying to ring the bell over there at Herculaneum, and so we were working on some plays over there that hopefully help us out this week against the Owls, which I think you guys will have on.
We will. So we will. We're going to put you on the spot here, Coach Jarvis. We were talking about what exactly does it take to win ball games. So as a football coach, basketball coach, how much credit do you think goes to players or the coaches to win a ball game or be successful? Put you on the spot.
I always go to the saying, it's not it's the Jimmys and the Joes, not the X's and the O's a lot of times. And you can be the greatest coach in the world, but if you don't have players and you don't have a developed program, or you can't just step in, especially in a football program or in a basketball program, and expect just because you change coaches, you're going to go from 3 wins to 25. I mean, it takes time.
It doesn't work that way?
It hasn't worked. Well, at least
I don't think so.
At least it hasn't worked that way for me yet. And I think Coach Hunter's got a good program in place there, and we're trying to get more out at the junior high and more help at the junior high, and so we're trying to get those lower levels built up. And I've been lucky with basketball. I've had some parents that did that stuff, and these kids. The sophomores
it's
I
like
have.
An echo, like we were just talking
about.
The
importance of parents.
Well, I heard a little. I was as I was driving here, listening to the AAU talk and
Texas,
and I did like the oh well, we won gold this week, but we were in the silver bracket or we were in the bronze. We didn't say that. We just won gold.
That's right.
And there's different levels. I mean, both my son and my daughters played in them, and if you're going to tournaments where you win every one,
you're in the wrong tournament.
You probably ought to get in some other tournaments.
Yeah.
Or go up in the city and play.
You're not getting benefit at all. You're not benefiting anything at all.
You're just making yourself look good, I guess. But in reality, your kids aren't getting that much better. I mean, you're not getting any better by going out as a junior playing against a bunch of fifth graders on the playground. You go and find the old guys downtown who are still playing, and you go and play those guys. You get your butt whipped. They make you look bad. You feel bad. And if you beat the old guys, they look at you and say, dude, you beat an old guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's nothing you can really do to brag about it, but you just know you're getting better.
Right.
At the same time, that's the best way to do it. being Billy Madison and dodgeball. Y'all in big trouble. I ain't gonna get it done. I ain't gonna get any better. Sorry.
We'll go on to the next thing. Bullet point here.
Look at him. He's going on.
Does it change at different levels? Does does that change the psychology of the sport change at different levels?
Well,
I hope so.
I mean, if you have a good junior high coach, like I think I do. I mean, I have Goodwin, who was a head coach, and he's down there, and he can win some junior high games just because he might be a better coach than some of the people he faces.
Right. And I think it comes down to at the lower levels, you have to have coaches that are committed to teaching the skill, but also committed to teaching the athletes how to be a better basketball player and not just step out on the floor and play. And, and I think that it comes down to it, and I've got a really good coach down there in Ashley Winehouse. I mean, she was a JV coach out in Springfield in Springfield Catholic, and so, I mean, she does things out in that area, but she was a very successful coach and then she's now down at the junior high, and she just really focuses on skill and then developing the kids to play together, not just throwing 5 girls out there and those 5 girls play. I mean, she puts them all in the mix and gets them all to learn each other and learn the skill, learn how to play with each other. And I think that makes a huge success when it comes down to it, because they develop as basketball players.
And I think it could be potentially different where you're at, whether it's where you're geographically located,
Agreed.
The history of your program, whether it's been a good program or whether it's been a struggling program. I think you're going to do things differently because we talked about it a few weeks ago. If you're going to try and build up a program as a coach, what's the only thing really that you can control? And that's your schedule. You try to it's that cycle. You got to get wins, you got to get players. You got to get players to get wins, and how do you do that as a coach? Well, you're trying to draw interest, but you also have to get wins.
Right. And I think you talk about lower levels. Let's talk about, starting some young stuff at 3rd and 4th grade, getting kids interest in the game at an early age. And I'm not saying putting them out there 5 nights a week and working on them. I'm just talking about getting their interest, and then all of a sudden they do that 1 night a week, and then you bring them over to the high school and let them watch a game, and then all of a sudden they see that, some of the things that maybe they were being taught, they see it in person, and then they start loving the game. And, I got, most of you guys know Paige Fowler. I mean, I remember when she was in 3rd and 4th grade, she was in the center court with her dad watching every single basketball game, when I first got her to Turkey. But it's because she loved the game and she got interest at the game at a younger level, and she just stayed committed. And I think that's a lot of it is the different change at different levels. I mean, those kids got to love the game, and they got to love to be around it to be successful.
My first year as a head coach out of Grandview, Steve Nosley was still AD, and this is probably one of the best things that he told me. And he said he learned this a long time ago when he was a young coach. He had a conversation with, I think, somebody down in the Perryville area, and he said, "Coach, how are you guys good all of the time?" He said, "Well, think about it, Steve. You guys are a varsity team trying to figure out how to dribble a basketball. I'm a varsity team, a varsity coach. I'm figuring out how to beat you. It's just you're playing against a stacked deck." And so I think we don't look at that. And once again, I don't think we can look, whether it's at the big picture or zoom in, what really is important or really what's going on, because at the end of the day, all you ever get looked at or judged at is the game, not the thousands upon thousands of things that go on behind the scenes.
Well, if you're talking about lower levels, and we've touched on it, we've already talked about it, if you have the bigger kids at lower levels, you're probably going to be more successful in the long run. The game of basketball is geared towards people who are a little taller, especially when you're short, and you're not very strong. You can't shoot the three-pointer, which negates the height. At the end of the day, it is very hard to get people to understand this, because parents have different ideas about different stuff, especially as their kids get older. They're involved, and they want their kid to be successful, and it's all about winning. But I'm going to use that corny phrase, what's important now? Okay, when I'm in third grade, it really doesn't matter about the wins. I'm in fourth grade, it doesn't matter about the wins. I'm in fifth grade, it doesn't matter about the wins. It doesn't matter about the wins until you're in high school or you're at a level where now it's like, okay, it really means something because at the end of the day, outside of a couple places, there's not any middle school banners. There's not any elementary banners. And those really, they're nice. It's fine, especially if if that's your school and that's the highest level. But you don't get anything for that. You don't get that kind of cemented legacy that you would anywhere else. So winning at that level isn't nearly as important as at the end. At the end of that journey, your grade school, middle school, high school journey, that's when it's important. And that's when you should and you have to develop your game. You have to develop those fundamentals. You have to do the boring stuff in order to have that chance to do it. So if our coaches and our parents, if they're focusing more on winning at that level, then you're doing your own kid a disservice. You're doing all the other kids that you were with a disservice. You know I'm right.
I was thinking about the cowbell. I'd be doing myself a disservice.
Everyone here but I'm playing the hell out of this thing. Yeah.
But I also think, Chris, that you're pointing to that point where you got to focus on that. But if you're building a program, you've got to tell those kids and kind of put it in their head constantly. You're playing for an opportunity to play on that varsity basketball team.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because that's the biggest focus. And I think as a young kid in the 7th and 8th grade, I'm trying to tell them, hey, you want an opportunity to play at the varsity level when you step foot in the high school? Absolutely you do. So that's what I think you need to have happen. I think that's an important factor to put in those kids' minds that, hey, I want to be a varsity basketball player. Whether it's a freshman or a sophomore or a junior or a senior, at some point, that's what my goal is.
Well, and I'm going to say this, but we said with parents and the kids and entitlement and, well, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. Just because you are a stud basketball player and you're the man and you're dropping 25 a night, does not mean if you decide to go play baseball that you have to be the shortstop and the number 3 hitter and has to hit all the home runs. You can be a role player in one sport and a starter in another sport and a captain in another sport.
Yeah, but a lot of people can't do that.
Well, but
that's what we're talking about.
But you know what? And that might be why kids like to do the specialization stuff because they realize I can't be a stud over here.
Yep. Correct.
And instead of just learning a different role and being that team guy, and you might sit on the bench, but you're the stud over here, and they're like, "Well, no way you can't do it." Yeah. Look, that doesn't work. Yeah. Okay.
Got some questions in here, some comments here. Kyle Blair, a good coach and a good scouting report can count for 8 points or so in a given game.
I think
Just
so.
my thought.
I think so.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Now
that's good, Kyle.
But if
you're
your
resume too.
Oh gosh,
I love
but
it.
if you're 50 points, if you're 50 points worse than the other team, it's not going to matter.
It makes matter.
Right.
So you're going to lose by 42.
Right. No, but I think he's absolutely right.
He's right.
Well, and I think that boils right into our next point that we talk about. What are the factors in breaking down opponents and matchups? What's the importance of that? Do you think there's important
We're
factors?
not giving away any secrets. It is. Don't give me that look.
This is something, and I'm gonna relate it to football, not basketball. So I'm not giving anything away. But, I haven't won anything, so I can't really give anything away. So, in football, like talking about whether you are what you're preparing those kids for or whatever. I look at the other team and I try to find the weakest link. I want to find the weakest link on that other team, football team, and then if I, as a defensive guy, because I'm more leaning towards the defense, I'm going to blitz over that guy. I'm going to attack that guy. I'm going to put my best D lineman over that guy, and I want to dominate them on that weak link. Find those weak links in their top 11 or their top. In basketball, it would be in their 5,
And I think what happens sometimes, and you've heard them talk about this at the collegiate and pro level, sometimes the coaches, they try and do too much. They try and get too fancy at that level. Here's my question, and we'll go back about, 16 years now. Herky had a great receivers like 6'5", 6'6". Alexander played basketball. Okay. And I was there coaching junior high. Here's my offense. Oh, he's 6'5". He can jump out of the gym. I'm going to line him up one-on-one, and I'm going to pass the ball 10 times, and he's going to turn around 10 yards, box out, jump up, fall down. Do that 10 times, he's got a touchdown. Why is that not ever Why not do that? You got to. I'm just asking.
Right.
Well,
we're going to do that in basketball. We're going to sit here and say this person's going to shoot 25, 30 times.
Yeah.
Well, what level are you talking about here?
Any level, high school. Why not do that at the varsity level?
Oh, if we got a mismatch and they're not going to do anything to stop that mismatch,
Keep going.
Most offensive coordinators are going to keep going at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that also, you take a look at different scouting reports. I mean, I think a scouting report sometimes is very crucial when it comes down to teams that you're not familiar with. If you're not familiar with teams, I think you put your kids in the best position to have success by giving them a scouting report because, I mean, we did this year with Union. I mean, I thought our scouting report was phenomenal because we took, their starting point guard completely out of the game and she had no response and she couldn't figure it out. And, we were able to come our way with a victory simply for two reasons. One, they had no answer for Paige inside. And then two, we didn't let them have her way with us on the offensive end. So I think it comes down to scouting reports are important. Now, the other thing that I talk about with scouting reports is you got to have your kids know that they got to execute those scouting reports. You can put all the time in the world in a scouting report, but if your kids don't buy into those, it defeats everything.
So my first year in North County, I'll tell you the story real quick. So we went down to Rolla.
Story time with Zach.
Story time. And that's that bird.
Should we
that
put some
bird
music
Kreischer,
behind
We should
story,
have a segment.
story time.
Story time with Zach.
But all right, so we go down the Rolla tournament. Well, the year before, they lose by 40 to St. James in the state championship or in the title game. Well, we wind up playing St. James again in the title game. Okay, we wind up beating them. Are we somehow 45 points better from one year to the next? Because because North County lost their D1 point guard. They lost 3 or 4 starters. No. Okay? But St. James had their exact same roster. Okay? 3, 4 college girls, all that. I mean, it was a great ball game. But what we did, you talk about scouting, we saw them earlier in the year at their shootout. One of their girls on the team, their point guard, never looked to ever shoot. So we told the girls, when she touches the ball, you're not going near her. Kind of like, an opposite of a box and one. And it was packed. I mean, it's one of the most packed games I've ever been a part of. And you had the coach yelling at her, shoot the ball. You had the teammates yelling at her, shoot the ball. You had the moms and dads and everyone in the stands.
I hate when I hear
By
that.
the fourth quarter, the whole gym is yelling at her, just shoot the ball. And she
had PTSD.
every time. Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
I've had that happen to me. And this last year, really. And then I had done that same philosophy. I mean, there was one kid that we played against a team, I won't mention, but we told him, hey, he's not. If he wants to shoot it, let him.
But
just stand in the lane.
Yeah.
You know
but
what?
am I magically 45 points better than that coach that was there before? Probably not. But I mean, but the kids listened and they bought in. We wind up winning.
So when we run that defense, this goes back to when I used to coach AAU years and years ago when I was in college. I had a really good group of kids, and we would play some AAU teams we were kind of familiar with, and they had a couple kids who weren't very good outside shooters. And the kids in the timeout were like, and I said, okay, we're not going to guard this kid. Just back off of him and let him shoot. And they go, so we're going to run the dot and 4. And I go, what?
Nice.
What? They go, the dot and 4. I said, what are you talking about? Like, we're going to guard 4 guys. We're dotting him, right? So, yeah, you're going to stay on the paint. Yeah, it's the dot.
Yeah.
So you were like, okay, that guy's the dot. And the kid's just like, what the hell are you talking about? And so they come back and the kids would be like, Coach, dot and 4. That guy. And the kid's it's like, what? It was in his head.
Oh, yeah.
So by the end of the night, this kid, he's just throwing bricks up there all night long. And the kids just run by like, it's because you're the dot. Just keep going. So, yeah, I mean, it's just really – so if you hear me yell dot and 4, you know
nice.
why.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that this year.
It was
Dot
fun.
and
I don't
4.
use it too often. Anytime I've ever done it, it comes back and bites me. I tried to do that one time years ago against Pius, and one of the kids I thought, okay, we'll dot this kid. He hit like the next 3 shots. I'm like, okay, that was dumb.
Well,
dumb.
Got another couple of comments here from Jeff Montgomery. Tony Kinder, boys 8th grade coach at Festus, very assertive. Kids play hard. he is invaluable for the next level. Another one here, Kyle Bower again, who is our top fan of the night.
Does he get the badge?
He gets the badge.
He gets a badge.
No other win matters except winning the last game of the year.
Oh, that's for sure.
Agreed. I mean, that's what you're shooting for, right? I mean,
Win
you're
that
shooting to win the last game.
Not unless you don't need to play in a tournament or something.
I mean, the last game of the year is not necessarily in the tournament. It should be the state championship game if you're that
Thanks
point.
for being negative Nancy over there.
I mean, that's where you used to Zach doing that.
It's not me.
Right?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think that does mean a lot to. I mean, you think about as a coach, you're talking to your kids at that point. Hey, that's what matters. You know, you're putting yourself out there to try to get an opportunity to win your last game. You know, you don't want to be the guy because there's lots of other teams that are going to lose their last game. There's only going to be two winners, a first place and a third place game that's going to win their last game of the year. So, I mean, that's the kind of mentality you got to take it if you want to be successful.
Let me ask you guys, how detailed do you like to, and maybe we can talk guys and girls here, how detailed do you go when you break down opponents and you break down matchups? Because I've seen some coaches just say, hey, write up 3-4 things on the board, and then I've seen other coaches that have just packets and papers upon papers. Hey, this is his kid's favorite deodorant that he wears, and I mean, what do you?
Well, I mean, from my standpoint, I used to be that guy. I want to break down everything, and I want to see everything, and I'd share it with the kids. And at whatever point I realize that this is overkill with the kids, the best thing is I'm going to digest as much of it as I can, and I'm going to give them probably the Cliff Notes version.
Right.
Here's what we're going to limit. Here's some of the stuff they're going to do. Let's talk about some of their plays.
Yep.
And now let's focus on this. And I have this in my back pocket that if we get into a game and we see stuff that I'm like, okay, that's something we saw on film. Now we can try to talk about it. Now this is, okay, hey, isn't that what we saw? Okay, yeah, moving on. Did we do that?
Because there is a fine line between letting them play, which is what you want them to do, versus what I always tell them, joystick basketball or PlayStation basketball, where you have to call out every single thing the whole night.
I like that, joystick basketball.
I mean, you want to get away from that. And
Zach plays video games.
Yeah, lots of video games. Well, on the easy level, like you tell kids, right?
Sometimes it depends on my team. Zach, I mean, because there's a lot of times I feel like our kids aren't recognizing what I'm recognizing, and so I have to bark at them. Hey, they won't even notice sometimes they switch from a man to a zone.
My best one they always yell is, "We're not wearing their colored jerseys. Stop throwing them the ball."
Well, I have used that.
I mean, my assistant coach was notorious for that when he played for me.
But
throw him under the bus.
But I mean, I scouting reports, I think a lot of times have to deal with what type of team you have.
Sure.
Some kids, some groups, you're going to be able to give a bunch. Others, you're not.
I think then the other thing that you consider it. That's good, Ray. I like that. Thanks.
I think the same thing there.
I want to go to this last point real fast because that's the last one of our thing. Is
you do it.
What does the crowd noise play a factor? Home field court advantage.
Four night games, I think, are a complete advantage to whoever's at home.
I agree 100%, and I think that it comes down to it is when the gyms are packed, the atmosphere controls the games.
If you were at our R7 night this past year at our gym, I mean, we ended up, it's a heartbreaker. I didn't even like to watch it. We lost by 1, and every game, though, was like intense. Even if it wasn't close, it was intense because of that atmosphere.
Is it going to be like that?
Heck yeah, it's going to be.
So. Well, I didn't know if we were doing that or if it rotates.
It's
your place.
It's your place.
No, I'm not saying. Wasn't it like a special night?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
is it the same thing?
Yeah, it'll be your place. It's the same thing every
Yeah,
year.
you guys have
the Hoops for Hope.
Hoops for Hope.
Okay.
Well, and I got to say, and shout out to your gym, when that district championship, The atmosphere is insane. Now you take
Oh,
away
that
whatever-
gym was
it's a loud gym.
if it
It's a
was
loud gym.
even if it wasn't us playing, just that atmosphere,
it
having
was
everybody
awesome.
packed in there,
Yeah.
still hands down,
Yeah.
is going to be the best game I've ever
And
seen.
I watched
don't
it.
even think
I watched it on LIvestream STL, and I could feel it all the way through the
It's
And
a
I don't
loud
through
gym.
the phone.
And I don't think, even if you would have lost that game, that mentality would not have changed your mind because
No,
of
it
the
would've.
atmosphere.
The atmosphere was fantastic.
Right.
And
If we'd have lost the game, I'd be more pissed about stuff.
well, sure, I
Right.
know.
Oh, really?
You know, it's like it didn't count.
Yeah. Riley had the best call that night. He's like, "This is what we dream about as far as atmosphere."
No, I thought it was oh my gosh.
But it is. I mean, as a coach, as a player,
Yep.
I mean, you think about that. You put yourself in that position,
Yep.
and you
Well,
say, "Man, if the game's on the line, this is what I dream about.
Why are
Give
you?
me the basketball."
You wouldn't be in this. I mean, we wouldn't put in all the hours we were talking about with the program, with the third graders, with the fourth graders, all the way up. If you don't live for a moment like Chris had last year, I was jealous as could be. It was
Absolutely.
at our gym. I mean, come on.
I know.
I mean, I won my first district basketball game ever this year, and that was great. But the atmosphere was good, but it was nothing like that championship.
I mean, I was really happy at the end when we get to sit around and think about it. Like, it was at your gym just because of the atmosphere it created. I mean, honestly, just where people couldn't hardly get in, or they were standing out in the hallways
Oh, it was
trying to
awesome.
watch it.
on the stage.
I mean, it
Right.
probably broke some fire codes.
Maybe.
Well, it wouldn't be possible right now. That's for sure.
It's like, are you 6 feet away? No, I'm
But I think it does play a big role in it, and we're seeing that now in these opportunities and playing these bubbles and these hubs where we're seeing, the teams. I mean,
well, look at the Blues. They sucked.
well,
you missed
I mean, they were
it.
absolutely terrible.
We only talked about it for just a little
But-
bit.
Sorry.
but I also think that
Wasn't
you
here.
see the games. The games are a lot more. I think more competitive in that hub. I think you're seeing some
Oh, in
competitive.
the NBA, it's been awesome.
I think you're seeing
it's
competitive because you're not having home field, home court advantage.
Home court advantage, home ice, home whatever advantage
Right.
went out the window because you don't have the crowd in it. It don't matter how much digital crowd people
Don't
they can
matter.
put in.
Right.
It doesn't matter. And oh, by the way, Shooty, we're not taking questions from the audience.
But Jim Powers says he's glad to see Jarvis made it, and Powers also says it was one of the best games of the year.
No, wait,
I
Jim,
agree.
it was.
I
Listen,
agree.
It was
I
the
agree.
best. Name a different one. Name one that was better. Just the again.
I don't know the one.
Again, atmosphere. I'm not saying it because we won. I swear to God, it's not because we won. The atmosphere was
Well, I
the
mean,
best.
I would say the call at
MAAA.
Rolla was better
Yeah.
because it was me and
here we
Blair.
go.
But other than
No, wait, you guys don't have the best call. The guy who did the K-Jeff call
Yeah.
on the radio,
yeah.
his call was
that was the last call of his
insane.
career for KJ.
Matt Greenwood?
No, it wasn't Greenwood. It
No,
was
that was
a new guy?
Oh,
Another guy.
it was green.
And it was a
I was
great
thinking
call.
he went out on that.
Absolutely great call. No, that would have been cool if it had been
Yeah.
Greenwood's last
Right.
call.
Shooty says, "Boo."
Yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna say you're incorrect on that. I thought Matt Schuette's call was pretty solid.
Yeah.
No, he
So-
kept calling you Riley Nager.
Riley Nager. Riley Nager. I don't think he counted. Riley Nager. I don't think he counted.
Weren't you supposed to be in the game?
This is
All
like
right,
a
go to break.
5 minute
Go to break.
roll
Go
down
to break.
here. You're watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Riley Blair from the Herculaneum Black Cats, and you're watching the Coach's Box on LIvestream STL.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice to launch a successful career, not just a job.
My first choice for classes that are guaranteed to transfer toward my major.
Affordable career programs, 2-year transfer, and high school dual enrollment courses. Begin the path to a great career without paying a 4-year college price.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice. Make Jefferson College your first choice for a great education.
Dr. Craig Rubel is an orthopedic surgeon and fellowship-trained sports medicine specialist who cares for all athletes of all ages, performing total joint replacements, knee and shoulder arthroscopies, and general orthopedic procedures such as fracture treatment and carpal tunnel releases. Visit rubelortho.com or call 636-933-7400.
Since their inception in 1980, SMCI has always been about high integrity and treating people the way you would want to be treated, just like family. Mostly known as a commercial contractor, SMCI has now decided to give the family treatment to everyone. They are now opening their residential department to the public as Home by SMCI so everyone can experience the home treatment. Everyone deserves maximum comfort in their very own home. Isn't it time you come home? Contact SMCI at 636-337-4444 or on the web at homebysmci.com.
Jones Animal Health Clinic, taking care of the furry family members in your life. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Jones Animal Health Clinic at 1237 Truman Boulevard in Crystal City or on the web at jonesanimalclinic.com or call 636-937-9000.
Okay, class, we're down to our last lesson. Today we're going to talk about how do we handle coaches that get angry. So the first one we're going to talk about is Coach Jarvis. So what do we do when Coach Jarvis starts to get angry? That's right, very good. Okay, now this next one's pretty difficult. Coach Blair, he has a sign that lets you know that he's starting to get angry. What's that sign that we got to watch? That's right, that's right. And what do we do when we tell him enough? We put up the stop sign. That's right, that's right. Okay, now this last one is going to be the toughest one of all. Okay, this last one's going to be the toughest one. What do we do when we start to hear Coach Miller? Oh, you're right on it. You know exactly what to do with Coach Miller. You tee him up right away. Don't even let him talk.
All right, we are back here for our last segment here. We're running a little bit late due to our internet issues, but we got that all under control. Looks like everything's doing pretty well here. We're going to go to segment 3, and we're going to start with Chris Miller.
Hey, Chris,
Oh,
I'm going to
sorry.
jump in.
Mike, check.
Check.
I'm sorry, I got
check.
put you in stereo mode.
The technical difficulties, I mean, it was all because of my presence was not here.
Well,
I'm not sure about that.
And
Come on.
we had internet problems.
We didn't
and-
have the security that you provide.
Oh, yeah.
Armed and dangerous.
Yeah, that's right. I got sleeves on.
There we go.
Conceal and carry.
I'm waiting for the one show that he walks in with sleeveless shirts on. I'm gonna love it.
I don't know. I mean, some people might feel threatened. I can't walk in places like that.
I bet I know what radio station they're listening to.
Jokes
You
for
said it. I had to
Jokes
spike
for
it
days.
down.
Yeah.
You know.
So we go to our top 5 basketball coaches. And we're going to start with Riley Blair.
All right.
Well, Blair.
So I get to go first on all
Top
these
5
all the
basketball
time.
coaches.
Good job.
I always get to go first.
Oh, well, let's
We
see.
saved the- we
Wait,
saved the first for last. I mean,
Calipari,
first for best.
Calipari,
How many
Calipari,
Kentucky
Calipari.
coaches have there been?
Well, I tell you what, I only have
Tubby.
one. I only have one in here. So,
Adolph.
I have the top 5. I'm going to put Coach K at number 5. Coach K is a very detailed coach. Probably one of the. I'm not a Duke fan at all. I can't stand Duke, but I like Coach K.
All right.
I think he does a lot of phenomenal things, and
Recruits.
I don't know.
Very well.
He does recruit very well, but he gets a lot out of kids.
Just
he gets
ask
a lot out of
Waits.
kids.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you.
Hey,
He's probably watching.
I'm sure he is. Number 4, the old Kentucky Wildcat, Adolph Rupp. He made a lot
Who's
of
he?
realm. Oh, yeah, who's he? He made a lot of things out of really very little in Kentucky. then. I mean, he really created that program and really pushed the program to the next level. So, I mean, I think that's something that says a lot about. I mean, the gym's named after him.
Hey, how'd that work out against Texas Western?
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that later.
They made a movie about that, didn't they?
I think so.
Moving on.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Pat Summitt. I mean, a lot of people, if you're not familiar with college basketball on the women's side, what a phenomenal coach.
Girls basketball.
What are you grinning about?
So,
you guys.
I mean, you talk about someone that was extremely knowledgeable of the game and was an X's and O's coach. She was definitely it. I hated to see her pass, but what a great lady and what a great program she created there in Tennessee. And, so I can say definitely she's in the top 3. Number 2, the good old Phil Jackson. I mean, you can't say enough about what he did.
So you finally watched The Last Dance.
Hey,
that's it.
There it is.
Wait to see if that one ended up on there.
He definitely, was a very good coach to putting the guys in the right spots in the right places, I thought. And running the right offenses and stuff. So, and my number 1, greatest all-time basketball coach in all time, I mean, you can't not say John Wooden wasn't definitely one of the greatest coaches of all time. The relationships that he built with his players says all about what he was. You talk about, there's a picture that goes around, where he's, 95 years old, and he's one of his players that he coached, is taking him across the court in the middle of a game getting recognized. So, that's the relationship that he built with those guys, and he's created a legacy, and that's the most important thing that I think as a coach. You're creating a legacy into these young men or women that you coach, and I think that's why he's so impactful and why he's my number 1.
There you have it. Moving on to Coach Zach McVey.
I think you've got one that I'm going to guess is going to be local. Maybe 2.
Local?
Here
2.
you go.
Wow.
No. Not what we were talking about. No.
Okay.
Local,
not in our group chat.
Not in the group chat.
It's not Alan Davis.
No.
Alan Davis is not on there.
All right.
I'm just going to front you out. I don't even care.
Hey, that's fine. All right, number 5, 26 state championships, Bob Hurley.
Bobby Hurley.
So he's number 5.
Senior,
yep. Number 4, Phil Jackson. Number 3, Pat Summitt. Number 2, Gino.
Yeah, good one.
Okay, I think he's what he's done for women's basketball.
Agreed.
And then number 1, the best coach of all time, ever will be, Coach K.
I knew he was going to do that.
Wow.
What makes him the best?
Look at his resume. Speaks for itself.
Yes.
All right.
You guess.
Moving on to Chris Miller.
All right, so talk about local.
Yes.
I will throw someone out
2.
there.
I got 2 of them. I'm thinking about 2.
No.
No?
Nope.
All right.
Number 5 is Gene Bess.
That was 1.
Gene Bess at Three Rivers College. He's got 1,300 wins, which is more wins than anybody in college basketball. At the JUCO level, I think that's very impressive because your kids turn over just about every 2 years. And he's got 2 NJCAA national championships. Number 4, Coach K. All right. And I got to give some respect. I do like Coach K. 5 championships, 3 gold medals, Hall of Fame, better color of blue.
Same color of blue, my friend.
Better royal
color.
blue.
It's
the
better
pin.
color.
The pin is royal blue.
Pin in my hand.
Royal blue.
Number 3, Bobby Knight. I think Bobby Knight winning 900 games. 900 games. And his graduation rate is one of the highest. He didn't cheat. He just
hit his players.
Well, he choked him or whatever. But
3 chairs across the court.
well, I mean, I didn't say he was like some kind of role model to every coach should be like.
Hey, Miller, it's okay
What?
that you have him on there.
Right.
I
Okay.
agree.
3
I'll
national
How
championships.
to back it up.
Yeah.
He was number
Okay.
6 for me, though.
Number 2, Phil Jackson. I mean, 11 NBA championships says it all. Talk about putting people in places where they should and running one offense all the time. And then number 1, John Wooden, because John Wooden has 10 NCAA championships.
10.
He is the Wizard of Westwood.
Yes.
In the relationships, I agree, the pyramid success, everything that goes in it. But John Wooden little bit higher up than Coach K. Little bit.
And then
10. Okay? Just throwing it out there. Sorry.
And we end with
Did you bring it? Did you
Mr.
bring a
Late
list?
Person.
Yes, I got my list right here in front of me.
Jason Jarvis.
I
Take it
sent
away.
I
Yes,
sent
he's
it to him,
prepared.
too.
Yeah, you sent it to
All
me
right,
after
my-
I told you that we were only going to put up one graphic.
Oh. Well,
No big deal.
I didn't look at that because I've been working all day.
I
Right?
I'm working, you guys.
So,
You know, pretty soon we're going to have to put together a bingo card, and that's going to be one of the things on the bingo card.
no, it's probably a drinking game, right? That's what it really comes down
It's a family show.
Well, you can do whatever you want with your bingo card.
The coach's box bingo.
so my if I would have had an honorable mention, Tom Izzo would have been
Agreed.
my. He was one I almost put in my 5, but I did not. My 5, which no one has mentioned, is Pat Riley.
Ooh.
I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew it.
Well,
I'm a Shaquille O'Neal
it's okay.
fan. I just loved how he motivates guys.
You know, Shaq played for Orlando, too.
Yeah, and he played for Miami, where Pat Riley coached him.
as well.
My number 4 is Phil Jackson.
I'm
What
going to
he
ask
did-
a question to you guys afterwards. Go ahead.
All right. What he did with the triangle offense and what he made the greatest player change his game. He did what coaches before him couldn't with Jordan. Then he did it with Kobe. I mean, the dude, he's one of the best. I hated putting a Dookie here, but I had to, and Coach K is third.
Did you say Coach Cal? Is that what you said?
No. I can already tell you that's just not happening.
And then my number 2, I agree with Chris, 900-something wins, Bobby Knight.
I agreed.
He threw a chair. I loved it.
That was great.
I love the fire. I'm kind of fiery sometimes. And,
What about
yeah,
the game
Game
face?
I don't have that kind of
Hey, what kind
Oh,
of
I
has
remember
to
a
lose
picture
a
of your game
game?
face.
What did you
Oh,
say
it's
about
biased.
losing
You
a game?
talking about the
purple
one
shirt.
in the paper? Oh, I wouldn't have. If Russell is watching,
He's not, I promise.
oh,
Well, we
that,
checked. He is not.
that photo, I wanted. Anyway, so that's Bobby Knight
that
at
your
number
game
2, and then number 1, of course, has got to be John Wooden, 10.
Agreed.
I mean,
10.
There's nothing
10.
you can argue there in my eyes.
You know what? You can't argue with 10.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. You had John Wood number 1, right?
Oh, yes.
And we had John. What are you doing?
Coach K, Duke, all the way.
Oh, you just tell
Hey.
her the fandom bleeds through that mug. Come on.
Okay.
Heck, he even did. He went with John Wooden.
You and Brian Waits are real good buds, I guess. Huh?
Hey, you know. All right, so here's my question for you guys. How much coaching actually happens in the NBA?
Not much.
I think a lot more than what you think.
You think?
Behind the scenes. I don't think as coaching on the actual game is, but I think behind the scenes there's a lot of coaching. that
I
goes
think
I think
there's
it's
more.
managing personalities.
Well, I mean, isn't that what coaching kind of is too?
Managing
Because you
all
got-
the best
You
and
have
putting
to
them
develop
together.
your own. I mean, you have
Right.
to develop chemistry. How about the fact of the matter is I think behind the scenes, like he said, it's important. I think back in the day there was a little bit more coaching that happened, in the forefront. But if you look at the job that what's his name from the Raptors, I can't even think of his name off the top of my head.
The one that got fired for having the best record, or the one that won the title?
One that won the title.
Okay. How do you get Coach of the Year and you get fired?
Well,
Especially when you lost to LeBron.
I don't know. I do got to go back to this comment at the very beginning. Kyle Bohr says that since Coach Jarvis isn't here tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give his top 5 coaches, and they're all going to be from the state of Missouri because that's the only people he roots for.
Yeah.
And you know what? I almost put Norm Stewart on.
There you go, Storm.
Just because of that.
I thought you would have had 2.
Matt Schutte says Norm Stewart's been robbed.
I thought you would have had 2, or we could have talked about 2 other ones. Cookson from Scott County.
Coach Cookson.
And then Sorry, Coach Mills. Sorry, Coach Mills. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but the coach from McKendree, who has the most. I think he's up there in the most wins.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he just now
Well,
retired.
and the thing about Coach Cookson, if you want to talk about managing personalities, okay, if you listen to Coach Cookson at a coaching clinic, and I've had the luxury of doing that, plus sitting in his practices, plus being around him and getting to know him, and he's a great coach. But it's not like he's going to give. there's not a lot of instruction all the time. Sometimes just managing the kids the right way. And he would basically go to coaching clinics and just tell stories, and it was fun. It was entertaining. You're not going to learn a whole lot from it. And at the same time, they did a lot of the same stuff for many, many years. It was just teaching the kids to do it, and then developing that system, and then making sure that he put the right guys in those spots. And he probably ran 2 offenses and 1 defense and 1 press. And he won 16 state championships.
But it worked.
Got another one in here.
Kinda
No
works.
Deaton Smith.
I mean, he's good too now.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, 5. I mean, you just had to be very strategic with it, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought about it for 30 minutes.
I had 8 or
on his way here.
Oh,
Change
wait, we
my
have a
clothes.
top
That's not on my way here.
Oh,
I
we have a
got
top
some
5?
at 3 o'clock.
I had 8 or 9 there that I was trying to decide. I mean, probably could have had a few more, but
Okay. We ready to do trivia?
Sure. Yeah. We'll just move right
here we
along.
go.
Ray's like, come on, I got to go.
Cranium Cup trivia.
Speaking of the Cranium Cup, it finally arrived.
it did. It
Did it?
did.
Okay,
Thanks to my wonderful wife. She brought it up.
He didn't bring
He
it.
didn't bring it.
He wanted to stay in the Black Cat hands.
Look at him.
He's got to go get it. That's what it is.
Harry Statham.
There it is.
Harry Statham. That was
Harry
a McKendry. Yeah.
There it is.
Well, he
The cup is
ought
up
to
for
cherish
grabs.
the cup
It's here.
a little bit longer here.
If you win the cup, are you going to do a big dance? Come on.
I wasn't doing anything.
It'll sit on his desk in his classroom tomorrow for the first day of school. I guarantee.
Hey.
Oh, man.
we
social
should
distance, though?
get a little plaque on there. It says the Coach's Box Cranium Cup.
Well, I know. I mean, I
Can
might
we work
know
on
somebody
that, you
can do
think?
that.
Well, you should send your mom a message tonight. She can bring it up tomorrow when she brings
You got
our
a tape measure?
gear.
Measure it.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Just let me win this thing, and I'll just take care of it.
All right. So here we
Ain't
go.
no problem there for me.
Question number 1.
Hang on. We gotta find
Are
a
we
marker.
writing
We
the
gotta
answer down, or are we doing
Write
A,
it
B?
down. It's
Oh,
multiple
man.
choice.
Okay.
It's all multiple choice.
Maybe if I just guessed one letter the whole way.
C,
Hey,
C, C.
A, B, C, D. Ow! B. All right.
All right. Question number 1. What pitcher holds the record for most complete games in an MLB career? What pitcher holds the record for most complete games in an MLB career? Answers: Nolan Ryan, Don Sutton, Cy Young, or Roy Halladay. What pitcher holds the record for most complete games in an MLB career? Ryan, Sutton, Young, or Halladay? And your answers. Cy Young, Cy Young, Cy Young. You all got an answer correct?
Come on, Jarvis.
Yeah,
Come on, Jarvis.
Yeah, we're in here.
Does anybody know? Does anybody know how many games they?
A lot.
749 games in 22-year career. How about that?
That's when men were men.
Uh-huh.
You're going to throw every third day, and then you know what? You're going to throw
You're gonna throw with a doubleheader.
doubleheader. You're going to throw them both.
Yeah. There you go. Question number 2. Who was the only person in NBA history to be named Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? Who was the only person in NBA history to be named Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? Answers: Bill Russell, Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, or Larry Bird? Who was the only person in NBA history to be named Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? Russell, Jackson, Jordan, or Bird? You all should get this right.
I don't know.
No.
I'm going to let them out.
The answer
Let it out. Bird.
is Larry Bird.
Oh!
Come on, McVey.
Come on for 2.
You're paper champ. Paper champ.
What'd you put?
Russell.
Okay.
So, Riley, you got to get yourself back in here.
I'll get it. I'll
Okay.
get it. This is still.
This is
Don't
Olympics.
ask- don't
Olympics question.
That's it. Toss it.
Who was the most decorated Olympian of all time? Who is the most decorated Olympian of all time?
I don't know.
Answers: Mary Lou Retton, Carl Lewis, Pavo Nurmi, N-U-R-M-I.
Really?
Pavo Nurmi.
What? Where are we?
Or Michael Phelps. Who is the most
I'm telling
decorated
you.
Olympian of all time? Mary Lou Retton, Carl Lewis, Pavo Nurmi, or Michael Phelps?
Really? This is
Okay.
All right.
I don't think it's
One
right.
more time. What is them?
You want the answers?
Yeah.
Hey, he's
Mary
trying to
Lou Retton,
trust
Carl-
your gut. Trust your gut.
Hold
Come on now.
Mary Lou Retton,
Hang on,
Carl
he's still
Lewis,
right over there.
Pavu Nurmi, Michael Phelps.
He's out.
As long
Well,
as, long as he ain't
didn't get
right.
this
Is
one
everybody
right,
ready?
yeah.
Is everybody ready? Flip it.
What you got?
The answer is Michael Phelps.
Oh, man.
So we're going to have a new champion.
Well, no.
He
it
could still win.
Well,
These guys could get out.
we're going to have a new champion. You were
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna have a new
yeah,
champion.
just put that cup away from you now.
No, I'm staying right here.
Let's put the cup right here in a minute.
We're only on question 4 coming up, though.
Final question.
Man.
We're going final question.
Final question.
Final question.
What NFL player debuted as a professional wrestler in 2004? What NFL player debuted as a professional wrestler in 2004? Answers.
Wait, what type of wrestling? WWE?
Can't tell you.
Okay,
I
wait,
can't tell you
wait.
that. I can't tell you that. What NFL player
What current?
debuted? Nope, not current.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
What NFL player debuted as a professional wrestler in 2004? Answers. Brian Urlacher, Junior Seau, Ray Lewis, or Mike Ditka? What NFL player debuted as a professional wrestler in 2004?
Say those again.
Urlacher, Seau, Lewis, or Ditka?
Man.
This is a good one.
In 2004.
2004. 2004.
You know what? No.
Right?
Do you know?
I don't
Answers.
know.
Flip it.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Lewis.
Yes.
You all are wrong.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, we're wrong.
I bet it was Urlacher and you had Urlacher.
I had
No, I
Urlacher.
bet it's Ditka.
The answer is Brian Urlacher.
And you changed it. I saw
did.
you change it.
I did. I had Urlacher.
We have a three-way tie. Let me go to my.
So what are we talking about?
Son
WWE
of
or
a
what are we talking
biscuit.
about?
I'm not out.
He's missed one. You guys haven't missed.
All right, so
you've
here we
only
go.
We've all missed one.
I got 3.
We all just missed that one.
Yeah, that's the only one I've missed.
It's the only one we
So
missed.
2-2-2-1.
You didn't miss
Or no,
three.
2-2-2.
3-3-3.
3-3-3-0.
Yeah.
You're
All
out.
right. So with that being said, you're the 0.
Wow, this is.
But
I
you're
got
gonna.
one. I got
Give
one.
it the 0. Give it the
But
hero.
you're going to be
right?
the hero because you're going to get to choose the particular category.
Oh,
The categories are. The categories
Jarvis
are.
looks at him like, gosh.
women's softball,
Badminton.
curling.
Curling. I was getting ready to say that. Baseball trivia, basketball trivia,
Highlight.
football, golf,
Swimming.
hockey, horse
Australian
racing,
rules
NASCAR, Olympics, soccer, and tennis.
Good God.
Go to NASCAR. Go to NASCAR.
NASCAR.
This again.
I hate Blair.
NASCAR
Jimmy Johnson.
trivia.
Jimmy Johnson.
You don't even know anything about NASCAR. They drive cars.
Turn left.
Ooh,
I know that's the one person we have ever had for NASCAR. I can't believe
Twice
it.
a year.
I got a good question here.
Oh, that's good.
Total random question.
Thanks.
So it's a total guess. It's going to be. What was the closest finish in NASCAR history? Answers. The closest finish. 0.2 seconds.
Oh.
That's 0.2 of a second. 2 100ths of a second. 2 1,000ths of a second. Or 2. Well, I'm sorry. 2 100ths. 2 1 or 2.
We need a new question.
So-
He can't even say it. New
I'm
question.
sorry.
A, B, C, or D.
2 tenths. 2 100ths. 2 1,000ths. Or 2 1,000,000ths of a second.
No, new question. Throw it
Nope.
out.
So what's A?
See, the audience wants a new
Audience
question.
wants a new question. I do.
Audience. Hey, do you guys want a new question?
Yeah. That was terrible.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You guys are in here all the time listening to us banter on. I like that.
Yeah, that question.
Follow the Facebook.
I got to go to page 2 because we've already answered all these questions.
That's good. That's not bad.
You got to give us something that's within a range of numbers, and whoever gets closest.
No.
No?
No. We're not at that point. It's like hockey shootout.
Oh, this is a good one.
Lawn darts.
This is a good one.
Oh, boy.
Because I think I already know the answer to this. Who was the first woman to clinch a pole position in the NASCAR Nationwide Series?
Nationwide.
Oh my God.
Really?
Answers.
I'm gonna go with the one I
Okay.
know.
I was gonna say the-
Every one of us is gonna go with the one we know.
Sarah Christian,
Do you know?
Danica Patrick, Janet Guthrie, or Shauna Robinson? Who was the first woman to clinch a pole position in the NASCAR Nationwide Series?
Come on. Let's just boycott.
Christian.
Everybody put the same answer down.
Christian, Patrick,
Everybody
Guthrie,
put the same answer
Robinson.
down so we can get a legitimate question.
Okay, he's going to say A. You all are wrong.
Yeah, because that's bad.
The answer is Shauna Robinson. She did it in 1994.
I really think that we should have a basketball question.
I do too.
For the coaches box.
Golf.
He's going to golf.
No, he's a loser.
But
the loser doesn't get to pick.
But he was
He's a zero. You just said he was a zero.
You just said he was a zero.
How many have you won?
Zero. Why are we going to let him keep picking? He picked the first round week, and I lost because of that.
Let's pick water polo now.
Something odd of it's going to get a winner.
I bet a basketball question could get a winner.
Oh, here's a good one. In 2004, this is golf. This is golf, people. In 2004,
Can't run that far back.
who became the oldest golfer to win PGA Tour Rookie of the Year? And I know those guys are golfers over there, so keep your mouth shut. Who, in 2004, who became the oldest golfer to win the PGA Rookie of the Year? Todd Hamilton, Carlos Franco, Vijay Singh, or Frank Licklider II?
Oh, my God.
Who became 2004 the oldest
Say those
golfer
one more time
to win the PGA Tour Rookie of the Year? Hamilton, Todd Hamilton, Carlos Franco, Vijay Singh, Frank Licklider II.
Come on now. One time, baby. One time.
Answers.
Me and you have the same.
It's B.
No, Miller got it right.
The answer is Todd Hamilton, A.
I mean, are you trying to help him win?
No. No.
And the cup goes
Welcome
back to
home.
Miller.
What does he know about golf?
No, if you see me, if you'd ever go golfing, you'd trust me. You'd be like,
I've heard.
Miller doesn't know jack crap about golf.
Trust me, he does not.
Doesn't know a darn thing.
We're gonna boycott next week.
Okay, I don't need to be in this stupid Cranium Cup. I'm done.
So Jason's tirade this week is going to be.
Yeah.
We're kicking it out. No more Cranium Cup.
Goodness.
Championship factor. You're out.
Championship. After you win so many in a row, you have to.
We're going to sit out a week.
Is it time? We're going to roll the tirade real quick?
Yep, we got to roll tirade.
Let's roll the tirade and let me.
Hey, tell Blair how much time he has.
2 minutes. He already told us.
We're going to give you 2 minutes.
You're used to working with 2 minutes, aren't you? Timeouts? No, wait, those are minute.
Those are minute timeouts. So 2 minutes.
Zach?
2 minutes. Let me get this up on.
I wasn't sure what you were doing with that. I didn't know what was going on.
Talking about?
I just saw a weird look on Zach's face, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Started laughing. I think he just took it the wrong way.
Yep. Give me just a second here. I got to flip
Todd
that.
Hamilton. Isn't that a movie?
I've never heard of Todd
I
Hamilton.
didn't either. I
Isn't
was
that
like,
a movie?
Hey, that
Isn't
just
that
sounds
some-
like a golfer's name.
No,
Well,
that's
I
some
just
chick
picked
flick?
BJ because that's the only one I knew.
I knew BJ, but he'd been playing golf before that.
All right, it's tirade time, and we're going to start with.
Hey, Jason.
Let's start with the champ.
What?
We're going to start with. We're going to start with the champ. We're going to start with Chris Miller. Your 2 minutes starts now.
All right. Well, you know what I think is really dumb? I think the fact that already, before we get into all this other crap that's going on in the world, we haven't barely even started school. We've already got St. Louis County putting all these restrictions on basketball right now for their schools.
No.
We've got the Public High League who went ahead and said they're not playing any basketball games until January 1st. And then we picked up a couple of public high teams for this year, and we were going to play them. Now we don't have them on our schedule. I can only imagine how many other schools are going to fall into that and say, yeah, we're not going to play either, or we're going to wait till after January 1st. And then we also have the schools in the county that are going to do the alternate schedule. You're screwing the kids, okay? Let's put it like that. It's what's going to happen, okay? We are in August. We don't know what's going to happen then. Why make that decision right now and say, this is what we're going to do? To me, it's stupid. It's just flat out stupid. It's just a bunch of people looking to cover their butt and say, oh, we don't want the kids to get sick. Well, you know what? A lot of stuff can happen between it. Hell, there could be a new virus that comes out.
Agreed.
We have a different pandemic. Why make that decision today, right now, or whatever point it was last week, saying we're not going to do that? I think it's recklessly irresponsible. It's going to go ahead and cause a bunch of problems moving forward. And kids, forget me. I don't care if I'm not coaching. The kids aren't going to have games. So you're already telling your kids they're not going to get a chance to play these games. Forget it. I think it's
forget about it.
Completely stupid. Just flat out stupid. There's a lot of other words I want to use. It's stupid.
I agree.
Sorry.
There you have. You have an extra 15 seconds.
15 seconds. You want to jump in and say something?
No.
Good, because I think it's stupid.
I agree.
All right, let me reset.
Ray
here.
said I couldn't yell.
No yelling. No yelling.
I got a little loud last week.
So,
just a tad.
Mr. Jarvis, your 2 minutes starts right now.
2 minutes.
Mine is that
Crater Cup.
No, I've thought about maybe the cup should be it, but no. Mine is similar to the lines of his. Is there's no decisions being made on what's going to happen, and this is to football. If football, you decide to start playing later than everyone else, so are we still going to have to play teams that may have rested the first 5 weeks, and then they're going to play only 5 games and then play in the districts and state and all that?
Jarvis, you're shaking my table. You're so...
No, I'm not shaking.
Okay, you're good.
anything.
You're
I'm
good.
just
Keep
sitting
going.
here,
Keep going.
But how's that going to work? How's that going to be fair? How is any of that going to work?
I believe you. I think that we've shut fairness off. Fairness is done and over with. Nothing that Misha has done yet has been fair. I don't think it coming down to it. Now, I think that there is some things they have come, but as considering that, where is their same? I mean, the whole summer activities and some counties were able to do stuff, some weren't, some were able to. I mean, all that kind of thing.
Well, no one. I guess the main thing in my tirade is no one wants to actually just say this is what we're going to do and we're going to do it.
No, can't be consistent.
So we got St. Louis saying we're not playing till January 1st. Then you got the South saying they're going to play anyway. Then you got, I mean, we got to have something.
Agreed.
And basketball, why we're making decisions on basketball right now is
I agree.
beyond
It's
me.
stupid.
That's crazy.
It is 100% agreed. And
I mean,
and I think and Misha was going to, I think, wait till the last minute to make a decision, just simply for the fact that it's the right thing to do. You know, I think it is the right thing to do to wait till the last second.
I hope Misha does, but we'll see.
There you go. Might.
I think they will.
They'll make a decision.
Jim
Powers jump in.
Jim Powers jump
change
in?
the goal
Is there-
line 3 times.
Is there a Jim Powers sighting?
No, I'm just saying, Jim Powers.
He'll jump in.
All right. We're going to move to Zach McVey. Your time starts right now.
All right. If I were king for a day, and I'm going to piggyback off of what Jarvis said.
Everybody does steroids.
All right.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
That was a tirade. But anyway,
You get some juice. You get some juice.
Everybody. Anyway,
Juice
if I'm king,
packs.
Capri Sun here. But if I'm a king for a day and I'm going to make the decision, here's what I would have done a long time ago. Right now, we would be playing spring sports. Looking at the calendar, looking at the Misha calendar.
Dude, he throws me a curveball every
I'm going
week.
to do the sports now. I'm going to do spring sports now, and that's going to be their regular season length. So all the kids that missed baseball, track, golf, tennis, whatever, they're going to have an opportunity to play now. Basketball season will run like it normally runs. The calendars match. Now, when we go into the springtime, we will have the fall sports. The only difference is, if I'm king for a day, you have a 15-week calendar. So that means you get your practice, you get your jamboree week, and then you get your 10 weeks of football. Okay? That still works for girls softball. That still works for boys soccer. That still works for all of the other sports. Then, because we're going to talk about the issue of football, at making the decision, I'm going to say, as Misha, football is shut down for the summer. You can weights and you can condition, but you cannot touch a football all of June, all of July, and you're going to start day one after the dead period, because that will give the teenagers their body to recuperate. It puts everybody back on a level playing field, and then hopefully whatever year we're talking about, fall of 21, hopefully we're back on a normal schedule. I think that alleviates the springtime issues from last year. That alleviates the fact that people are worried about the contact sport of football now. Hopefully in the springtime things are better. And I think, well, like I said, if I'm king for a day, I make that decision. I would have made it all the way back then, come April or May, and say this is what our plan of action is if we're Misha, and that's what we're doing.
And your time's up.
Oh, interesting.
I like it. Like it.
Man, look at you. You're like a forward thinker. You don't say a lot sometimes, so you should do more. You want you just plan out the show, too. Right?
Wow.
You should just host the show.
If I am, I'm going to come up with the daggum trivia questions, and I'm going to win a week.
That's a shout out to Ray.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
Riley Blair. Zinger. Your 2 minutes starts right now, Riley Blair.
All right. Mine's completely off of what you guys are talking about, but it's something that's been weighing on my heart a lot this week, is people letting go of the past. A lot of things and situations a lot of people don't understand is to let go of the past. Continue to keep pounding the past of what happened. You know, a lot of don't let anyone tell you can't do something if you won't do it something.
Can't, ain't, never did,
and
nothing.
I was going to use that, so you put it right there. And I always say that let that be the igniter that fuels the fire. A lot of people still continue to always go back to what they have done in the past and not look forward to what they are doing in the future. I've always been taught at a very young age that mistakes are the way of life. If you don't make mistakes, you'll never learn how to be a better person, how to be a better individual. So, but my other thing about that is why do you continue to do the things that didn't work? Why do you continue to keep doing those things that don't work on a daily basis?
Definition
Why?
of insanity, right?
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because it's the easy way out. Everybody wants to go the easy way out. They don't want to put the work into to go and move forward and make something better of themselves. A lot of times we don't want to do something that's going to take out from putting us out on a limb, doing something that maybe is out on a limb a little bit and takes a little bit of a challenge. People don't want to do a challenge. They just want to go off of, well, I've always done that, so I'm going to continue to do that just because I've always done it. When at some point do you look at yourself and say, I got to get away from what I've always done and start moving myself forward? And so I think that's something that is really frustrating to me, and I think I've seen it a lot in the last couple of weeks, is people always going back to what happened in the past. And I think it's completely irrelevant.
There you go, and you have an extra 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, or whatever.
Doyle rules.
Another post here from Matt Schutte. Blair is referring to the people still mad at the Pius team that they dominated his trivia night.
No, Matt. The Pius team donated all their winnings back, so I can't be mad about that at all. Not mad at all.
No.
Well, so there you go. I've got a tirade, and it's only going to take 10 seconds. Subway, why did you get rid of the spicy mustard?
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh,
and they've changed a bunch of their things.
Since we're on food,
yeah.
Taco Bell went and got rid of a bunch of stuff that I enjoy eating.
Yes.
And Taco Bell is like my favorite place for anybody who doesn't know.
It's
and by the way, I
interesting.
don't take any gift cards.
Yeah. Taco Bell and Subway, I believe, are both owned by PepsiCo. Is that correct? No?
Okay, good.
Subway's not?
Fit.
Nope.
Taco Bell is.
They're portions of it.
Okay.
I think they sell Coke.
All right, so more importantly, they got rid of the steak quesarito.
I know.
Oh,
Isn't that
man.
great?
What the hell's the matter with this?
Spicy ranch on there?
Yeah, it's so good.
Never had it.
I go back to when they got rid of the Baja sauce.
Never had it.
Oh, man, so good.
I've had Baja sauce, but I've never had the steak, whatever you said.
Quesarito.
Quesarito.
It's
Never
a
had it.
combination.
Think of
go ahead.
the Riley Blair special.
I've never had that either.
Steak
Okay.
instead of chicken. Wrapped
I've
up
not
in
had the
burrito.
Riley Blair
Steak
special either.
quesadilla wrapped up with cheese.
Hey,
and it's got rice.
here's
in
a good one here, but stoplight never changes.
right.
Gordon
It doesn't.
Stoplight. How about that? I like
right.
that.
That's right.
Oh,
He
that's
was
good.
in here today.
He was
He
just
was
here.
in here
Well,
at La Pachanga.
And here's a shameless plug. Mr. Gordon Stoplight, sponsor with us. Give us a call. Here's our number right here.
There we go.
There you go. Chris Grass was watching.
Hey,
so
that's who
sponsor
posted
the
that.
Coaches Box.
Yeah,
Sponsor
the Coaches Box.
Sponsor me a meal.
That's right.
Sponsor me
We love
a
it.
meal.
Jason's hungry, by the way.
Oh,
We love
stuff.
keeping
Like,
it.
can we
love
get
keeping
off
it in
here
the
so we
community. Yep.
I think I got something else I got to talk about.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
What?
No, I'm just messing.
I'm sorry that your time's up.
Are you hangry? You need a Snickers?
All I've had is a healthy choice meal today, and it hurt to eat. So that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's time
You're
for
looking
some
slim
Brothers
already.
Pizza.
Nope.
No Brothers Pizza from Lapas tonight?
No, I'm down 13 pounds. I'm trying to lose some weight.
Attaboy,
Was there any pictures recently that kind of shamed you into maybe I should lose some weight?
Well, there was a picture, but it wasn't me. And I looked. I looked at that picture and said,
Was it motivation?
I said, "Oh my gosh, do I look like that?" And then I started losing weight.
Well, you know what? Good for you,
Wow.
Coach.
Hey, good for you, Coach. Good for
Oh,
you.
I figured you would like that, Blair.
Use somebody
There's
else's
a line.
shame.
There's a line, and you crossed it. And you crossed it.
Wow.
And we do that all the time. It's part of the show.
Well, I
isn't
mean,
it?
that's part of the fun of this show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
boy.
you guys will not let my one joke about a sticker in a car.
No, it's just way too funny. You have no idea.
And with
No,
that
you
being
have
said,
no
we're going to wrap
idea.
things up. Thank you so much for watching the Coaches Box tonight. We will be back here next week. Again, don't forget our schedule this week. Friday night, we have on LIvestream STL, Herculaneum hosting Windsor. That'll be at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, let's get those owls.
And also our on LIvestream STL South, we'll have Charleston coming out to, or they're coming all the way up to St.
Charleston.
Pius. And so we thought we were going to, we might have a Chris Miller sighting for, but we do have a Matt Shooting sighting.
I got
'cause he's gonna be
fired.
calling that
I got
game.
fired
got
from
fired?
doing color commentary. Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, I use too much profanity.
Well, you know, if I'd had the bleeper button, we'd had to use it 4 times a day. So
What? I didn't say anything bad, did I?
just saying.
4 times today, dude.
Is that a new record?
Whoa.
Oh.
Calling him
Is that gonna
out
go
here.
in the bingo?
Is
Is
what
that gonna
words
go in the
can
bingo?
we talk about what words we can and can't say on this show?
The FCC.
The FCC isn't watching.
Yes,
This thing got
Liz.
bigger
Will
problems.
they not let you be? The FCC won't let you be.
Trust me, I was about ready to go in.
Facebook will let you use several of the words.
Yeah, I mean,
today.
I've seen some videos.
You just can't
Goodness,
say
goodness,
conservative or you can't say Republican.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking
yeah.
about political agendas here. I'm talking
Awesome.
about what? It's 7 dirty words.
George Carlin.
George Carlin. It's good. It's good stuff.
Thanks for watching the Coaches Box. We will see you again
He's
next
like,
week.
I'm out
I gotta
here.
turn these guys
Turn them
off.
off. Turn them off.
I got to turn them all off, and we will see you next week.
Hey, this is Chris Miller, and you're watching the Coaches Box on LIvestream STL, the best sports streaming show there is on Facebook.